right out. I can't hide you, the rock right out. I can't hide you, the rock right out. I ain't gonna hide you, love, all on that day. I said, rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Don't you see I need you, rock? Oh Lord, Lord, all on that day. Around to the river was bowling around to the sea. It was bowling around to the sea.
everyone. Welcome back to HD Piano. This is Phil, and today we've got a request from one of our subscribers, Allison, for an Alicia Keys song. So, Allison, I'm going to teach you how to play Fallin'. And that piano riff goes a little something like this. And so on. Alright, so let's get started with the right hand first. We're going to be hanging out right around middle C. Our first three notes in the right hand are G, B, and E. Alright, now before we talk about the rhythmic pattern for each one of these chords in the right hand, I just want to learn the shapes first. So this triad, or three-note chord, is our first shape, G, B, E. After that, we're moving up to A, D, F sharp. Okay, back down for our third chord, same as the first, G, B, E. And our fourth chord, our final chord, we're moving down, F sharp, A, D. And if you notice, this is actually the same as our second chord, but it's in an inversion, which means we're changing the order of the three notes, but the three notes are the same. So, the first chord here, our second chord is A, D, F sharp. Back to here. Our fourth chord, same three notes, A, D, F sharp, but we're switching that order. So this is an inversion. We're starting with F sharp on the bottom, then A, then D. And those are our four different shapes for the entire song of Fallin'. So let's go through those all together. We're going to play all three notes of each shape at once. Ready? Chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, same as 1, chord 4, and repeat. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. That's it. Now let's talk rhythms. There are two different main sections to this song. We've got the verse and we've got the chorus. Both parts are the exact same piano part, except for how we treat the rhythm in the right hand. In the verse, we actually don't play anything on beat 1. Remember, each chord gets 6 counts. And on the first count in the right hand for the verse, we don't play anything. So that's a rest. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting from the bottom, going up to the top of the chord, then back down through the bottom of the chord. So rest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. We're going from the bottom of the chord up and back down. Next chord, same pattern. Rest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Third chord, back to the first. Rest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fourth chord, rest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so let's go through all four of those in a row without stopping. We're going to give them 6 counts each. We're going to rest on the first and do the same pattern for each chord. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. One more time. A little faster this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's the verse, right hand. For the chorus, it's actually easier. We're just going to play the whole chord 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So let's talk left hand. It's a bit easier than the right, so we're just going to add it in instead of doing it by itself. We're going to hang out right here with octave E's. And notice where our pointer finger is. It's right on a B. These are the 2 notes in the left hand for this entire song. E's, and then B. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, how those match up. Let's try the verse pattern in the right hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The left hand plays when the right hand's resting on beat 1 of each new chord. 1, right, 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 right. Left, right, right, right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time, a little faster this time. Great job. Now let's switch it to the chorus pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the whole tune, you guys. It switches back and forth between verse and chorus, but as you just learned, the piano part doesn't change. It's just the rhythm in the right hand that changes. So, you guys, that's Alicia Keys' Fallen. And I want to thank our subscribers for the requests. You guys, I'm Phil. This is HD Piano. Keep coming back because we got plenty of videos.
Hiya folks, this is Billy Armstrong from pianoempires.co.uk and this is the piano tutorial video for Laura by Bat for Lashes. Okay, so we have a really nice piano introduction and I'm going to split it into separate hands to start with. So we'll have a look at the right hand, and what we need is, with our thumb, we need to play a note of E just below middle C, and at the same time you want to play with your fourth finger a note of B, and that's what it should sound like. It's what you call a perfect fifth. You're going to play that together. However, almost straight after that you need to move the B up to a note of D, but at the same time you're going to hold down that first E. For example, that E stays down and you get what you call a minor seventh sound. However, straight after that B, straight after the D, you move back down to B, all while holding the E. So that's the very first part. However, straight after that, you have to play the note of E once more. So you have to release it and then play it again. So have a watch. Yeah. And then just to finish that one little part off, you play one extra note of B. Now the left hand for that part is really easy. All we need to do is, with your little finger, play a lower octave of E and let that sustain all the way through that part. Yep. Now just to finish off the first part, we need to add another couple of notes with your right hand, and it's going to sound like this. And those are notes of A, G, B, and you let the B sustain a little bit longer. But at the same time, this is where it gets slightly tricky with your left hand, you need to play with your little finger a note of F sharp, and at the same time with your thumb a note of D at the same time. And then it will resolve up. The F sharp resolves to a G and your thumb stays where it is, but you play it again. That's what it'll sound like. And if you play that with the three notes that we added into the right hand, so you play the first two notes with the first chord, then quickly change. So I'll play the first two parts that we've got up to now together. I'll do that again, but nice and slow. Now for the next part, really easy. All you have to do is move down to a note of C. You can use your little finger for that. And we're going to go back to what we start with in the right hand, E and B. So you got that fifth. And you're going to let the C in your left hand sustain while you play E and B 4 times. So all of that together sounds like this. Now directly after that part, they repeat the same part again. However, instead of playing, they add in. So the whole introduction should sound like this. Then you repeat. Then we just added that extra part on at the end. And that is the whole introduction. So the verse takes some of the ideas from the introduction and mixes it together. For example, we take the first note of the introduction in the left hand, which is an E. We're going to let that ring out. And at the same time, we're going to take the E and the B flat that we played 4 times in the intro, but this time we're going to play it just twice. just like that. However, the next part, we use the same chords as that we did in the left hand. F sharp and D, followed by G and D. And we use just 2 notes in your right hand, and that's going to be A, B. So that's going to sound like this. So, those first 2 parts of the verse. And then we go back to, which is just C, and you've got the pattern twice, which is what we did at the introduction a few times. And what you're going to do is loop round all of that 3 times. So I'm going to do the verse just once through for you, I'll not do the full thing. And you do that 3 times, and that's the verse. Okay, so now that we know the intro and the verse, we're going to have a look at the pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus is where we start playing chords in the right hand. So the first chord that we need to know is D major. We're going to play in root position, which means our thumb will play D, middle finger can play F sharp, and little finger on the A. And at the same time, with your left hand, you're going to play a note of D, and that's just going to sustain through the whole part of this section. So we're going to play 4 on the D. In fact, no, we're not. What we're going to do is, after you've played it twice, we're going to move our little finger up a note to B. Everything else stays the same. For example, yeah, notice how my little finger moves up after the second time. I'll do it once more. Then after you've done that, we move down to C major. That means the left hand, we move down to a note of C, let that sustain, and with our right hand, we're going to play just E and G, which is part of a C major chord, and you're going to play that 4 times. So it'll sound like this. So altogether the pre-chorus sounds like this. Then you repeat. And at that point, on the repeat, when you finish off the 4th time round the C, so you change, and that's just quickly going back to D major. You can put in the note of D here if you want, but I left it out. So it'll sound like this. So yeah, it's just a little jump going from C back to C, really, just with a D in the middle. And then, after you've played C 4 more times, you have to go up to, that's E, basically that's an E minor chord. It's an E in the bass, and you've got a G and a B just slightly higher up, all makes an E minor chord. And again, that's going to jump up, then you move back down to a D major chord and play that 4 times. So to put that in context, it should sound like this. Okay, so that was really quick. You've got to be quite quick with those changes. So I'll play the full pre-chorus just to show you how it goes. Then you repeat. Then you've got the jump up to D, then C 4 times, up to E, and the D there. And that is the full pre-chorus. Okay, so for the chorus, we're going to incorporate part of the pre-chorus with a new part. And we start off with a new part. What we need is, with your left hand, you need a note of D. Gonna let that sustain. And we're going to play D, F sharp, and B. We're going to play that 3 times. However, we let the D sustain in the left hand. And then we quickly move up to a chord of G major, just 1 beat, That's a note of G in your left hand, then G, B, and D, making sure the D is on the top. So it should sound like this. Then after the G, we move up to a chord of C, and that means actually moving down in your left hand to the C, letting that sustain, and we're going to use what we call a secondary inversion of C, which is G, C, and E, making sure the E's on the top. It's still a C major chord, just in a different order. And you play that 4 times. So that first part of the chorus sounds like this. Then directly after that, that's where the pre-chorus comes back into it, where we have that quick change from D major back to C major, and then E minor to D major. That comes in straight after that. So all I'm doing is attaching part of the pre-chorus with the chorus, so I'll do that now for you. Now, if you notice that very last part there, the last 2 times I played that chord, I missed out the D. You can put it in if you want, doesn't make too much difference. But what I did that changed was the F moved up to G, and you played what you call a major second. If you put all those notes back in, the D, and then you play that chord, we can give that a name called a sus4 chord. It's basically where you replace the third, which is the F sharp, with the 4th note of the scale. So that's a suspended 4th chord there. That's just on the last 2 beats. And then after that, we repeat the first part of the chorus once more. And that's the end of the chorus. So I'll do the full chorus for you now. Okay, so that was the full tutorial for Laura by Bat for Lashes. I hope that was straightforward for you. And if you would like the sheet music to accompany the video that we've gone through, then you can download all the parts that we've looked at today from my website. All you have to do is click on the description below. It'll link you to the blog post and you can download it absolutely for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. And if you enjoyed today's video, please click on like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And if you would like to see more piano or guitar tutorials, then feel free to write a comment in the comment section below and I'll try and get round to your suggestions. But on that note, thank you very much folks for watching. I'll catch you next time.